Before we walk both stilettoed feet into our next live stream, let's talk through our launch checklist and a little quick fire cheat sheet that you're going to want to keep in hand as you move forward with your ads campaigns. Before we even touch any ads manager or create any ads graphics at all, we're going to want to make sure that we're set up for success. So this is going to include making sure that all of our brand assets have been uploaded into Adobe Express, logos, fonts, colors, all the things so that they're ready to go. You have your creative direction finalized, so you have an idea of what you'd like your ads creatives to look like. You have a very clear positioning for the product or service that you're promoting, and you know what the benefits are. You know how you're going to market this. You know how you're going to lean into your copy when it comes to your ads. You have the content captured, so photo content, video content, user-generated style content, all the content. We need all the things. And you have your offer or product or service ready to promote. So this is going to mean you're going to want to make sure that you have your landing page ready, or whatever it is that you need for people to take that next step when they find your ad and want to take action. Number 2, it's time to design your creatives. So this is where we get to jump into the fun part, which is actually bringing the designs and creatives to life, starting with really making sure that you have an idea of a template that is going to work for you inside of Adobe Express. There is so many templates to choose from, so make sure that you're choosing something that really fits your branding and your vibe and the overall purpose of the ad that you're trying to run. You're going to want to make sure that you add animations, motion effects, and headlines that are going to stop the scroll. So really think about what is going to catch people's attention. And speaking of intention, including attention grabbing hooks and really goal-based call to action. So if you want people to shop, tell them shop through the link below, like making sure that that's clearly outlined on your campaign graphics or videos or content is going to be super important. Making sure that everything is sized correctly. Don't be afraid to lean into the resize tool inside of Adobe Express. This is one of my favorite things to do when I'm making sure that everything's sized correctly, and especially if I want to repurpose to other platforms or I plan on running my ads or content in more than one place. And then, of course, last but not least, don't be afraid to toggle on save zones, especially when you're working with Instagram ads, to make sure that everything is sized correctly and nothing that's important is getting cut off. Next, this is where we're going to polish and export, starting with making sure that your visuals are finalized and that all copy has been, checked and text proofed. That way that there's no grammar issues or spelling issues. Make sure that you have visual hierarchy. One of the best ways to do this is by using the Attention Insight feature, which we're going to show you when we walk through our end-to-end workflow again. But it is one of my favorite add-ons inside of Adobe Express. Making sure that you're exporting in the right resolution and formatting, that you're really keeping in mind what size dimensions things are going to be exporting so that your content is not compressed because the file is too big and then looks blurry or out of focus, or also just in case you haven't created it in the right size, that things are not getting cut off. Test different thumbnails or cover images and make sure that your call to action is always visible, and make sure that that landing page is ready to go or that everything is connected in a way that it's ready to promote. And now that all of that's done, it's time to publish and promote. This means we got to make sure that we have all of our ads managers connected to Adobe Express, especially if they're ones that we can directly export to. So this is going to include Google, TikTok, and LinkedIn ads at this time. Making sure that your ads creatives are being exported to all of the places that they need to go. Making sure that you have the right audience demographics and ads preferences selected for your ad. Setting your budget and campaign duration. And when it comes to tracking, make sure that you have your pixels set up and everything connected so that you can really track the results of your ads. Now that your campaign's live, it's time to measure and refine. Making sure that you're paying attention to your analytics, what's working, what's not working, and really take the different information that the ads managers are giving you and keep track of it. If you've run an ad with a few different creatives behind it, see which ones are performing best. Adjust your targeting or your audience or your budgeting based on the results that you're finding. And make sure that your creatives are always being refreshed so that things don't get stagnant or old with your ad. There you have it. Everything that you're going to want to keep in mind when it comes to running ads. In our next stream, we're going to walk through our end-to-end workflow and everything that we've covered over the last 2 days. So grab your favorite snack, scan the QR code to grab your lunch checklist, and bring all of your burning ads questions, because this is where we're going to recap everything we've chatted about. Be social.